At the end, it's always a mini version of your personal brand. The best thing about scholarship applications is that we have full control over how we present ourselves. But for most people, this actually can become a curse because although they're aware of their unique characteristics and their life experiences, they struggle to put it on paper. And this is more often a problem of communication, a problem of storytelling, rather than what you have experienced in your life and your life achievements. The good news is that we have control over our applications and we have time to perfect it. And with our little handyman at ChatGPT, we can really bring our applications to the next level and be able to demonstrate our unique value properly to the scholarship committee. So in this video, I will be breaking down step by step, prompt by prompt, that you can use to be able to create a really nice base of what potentially your personal statement could look like. Before we move forward, I want to emphasize that I'm not encouraging the use of AI to create your personal statement. In fact, a lot of the scholarship committee members are able to detect the usage of AI in scholarship applications and don't move forward with them. What I want to be able to demonstrate is that how you can use AI to first gain clarity of what your unique value point is and how you can use the base that ChatGPT or AI provides you with on this value and enhance it for your personal statement. I will be presenting 5 different prompts that you can use layer by layer, step by step to create your personal statement. Number 1, use ChatGPT to define your core pillars. In this step, you want to ask ChatGPT define your personal brand. Your personal statement is like a mini version of your personal brand. It has different pillars that are connected to the relevant experience that you have identified. So you want to be able to single out the different work, research, or study experience that you have had in your life so far that is relevant to the program that you're applying for. And then you tell ChatGPT the following prompt: I am or was involved in this work experience, study experience. Based on this experience and background, identify 3 core pillars that define my personal brand. So ChatGPT will then give you an overview of your core personal brand and also the different pillars that stand by it. And now that you've given your experience that is relevant to the program, ChatGPT will build the pillars around these different experiences that you have given it. Obviously, some of us regularly chat with ChatGPT, so it has a lot of data about us already. This will really help to narrow down what data ChatGPT should be focusing on to create these pillars. The second step is to turn these pillars into stories. Once you have these pillars identified, you want to be able to create them into stories because you don't want your letter to sound very generic. You want to be able to tell a story connecting these pillars with your experience. So the prompt for doing that is for each pillar that you have identified previously, write 2 to 3 sentences connecting those pillars with the relevant experience. Use a storytelling tone that is inspiring, natural, and not too formal. So after doing this, ChatGPT will be able to directly connect those pillars to the relevant experience and create that into a story so that this personal statement does not sound too robotic or too generic and actually has a nice flow, because you want to be able to connect to the reader instead of just giving separate parts and separate aspects of who you are and your life. You may be thinking, at this point, I'm only talking about themselves. I've never even talked about the program. You will be shocked to know that most people actually just talk about themselves in the personal statements and their life, but they never actually manage to connect it back to the program. Or they do it, but it's only a few sentences in the end. But this is actually a very crucial step. The third step is connecting it to the program. You want to be able to tell ChatGPT to link all of those pillar and pillar combinations that it has just identified to the program that you're applying for and demonstrate why you want to apply for this program, how this program is going to help you, and why you are a good fit for the program or for the scholarship. And to do this, the following prompt will work. For each pillar and experience combination you have described, connect it to why I'm applying for this master's and highlight the value I bring to the application. This is something that you may already know. If you would like to build a personal statement with ChatGPT and you do it layer by layer, there are insights that you can get that you may not even have thought about. Good idea to maybe explore, okay, what are the connections that ChatGPT can come up with? Am I aligned with those connections? Do I agree with them? And then incorporate them in your personal statement as you would like them. After this, your core content is taken care of. But they seem like separate paragraphs. They seem like separate pillar experience combination and then connecting to the program, but they don't seem like a story. You want to make it all into a cohesive narrative that flows naturally like a timeline. And to be able to do this, you want to prompt ChatGPT, combine the three pillars into one cohesive narrative, make it flow as a story with a clear timeline, ending it with my future goal that I want to achieve through studying this program. So in this prompt, you're asking ChatGPT to create a whole timeline from A to Z and also the next steps of what's going to happen after the program. And this really allows a full circle for the reader to come back to really understand that, okay, this person wants to apply for this program. It has had this experience in the past, and this is why I should be accepting it, because this is going to help them reach their goal in the future. So having a very clear timeline in your personal statement is very important because you really only have one page or two pages to be able to present yourself and highlight your unique points. So until now, the output that you have received from ChatGPT, you may think that, okay, maybe it's a little bit too generic and you really want it to be more human or have your personality, your nuances of your personality into it. So you can ask ChatGPT with the following prompt. Refine the letter by adding an opening hook, a closing that reflects the opening, and subtle personal touches to make it feel authentic. ChatGPT probably, if you are a regular user, already has hints of how you like to express yourself, what your personality is like, and it can take that data to reflect it again in your personal statement. But obviously, it's something optional. You can obviously change the way you want to present your personality in the letter by yourself as well. But it's essentially what's important over here is that you have a strong opening and you have an ending that connects back to the opening. And that's basically it. Now you have either a personal statement that you're fully satisfied with and you're ready to submit it, or at least a base that you can work with to polish and improve as per you would like. The final outcome may not be perfect, and I really recommend you to take the final outcome as a base that you can then build on and constantly improve and constantly get feedback on to really come up with the perfect version that reflects you and why you want to apply for this program. I really want to emphasize that this video is really just a guide for those that really struggle with talking about their experiences and talking about their skills, and they have no idea how to connect it with the program and the scholarship, because I know what it feels like to open up a Word document, see it completely blank, and really have no idea how to move forward. So I really hope this helps. And if you have any other tips or comments or your experience with using these prompts or any other questions that you may have around personal statements or letter of motivation, feel free to comment down below. Remember, at the end, it's always a mini version of your personal brand. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.